Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to the official Walk to Defeat Duchenne opening ceremonies. Thank you for tuning in as you gear up for your walk today. If you haven't already, leave a comment in the chat letting us know where you're walking from or what your walk team's name is, and we'll go through a few shout outs. I am Allison Boyce, Defeat Duchenne Canada's National Manager of Philanthropy, and I am joined here today by Kevin George. Hi, Kevin.
Hello. Good to be here.
Good to have you, Kevin. Kevin is a part of our board of directors and is also a longtime Walk to Defeat Duchenne participant and volunteer. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Kevin. I will pass it over to you.
Thank you, Allison, and thank you, everybody, for joining us today. It's great to see teams from all over the country. We've got Team Jackson in Quebec, Canada Life for Coley's crew in Saskatchewan, Team Dylan out of London, Ontario, and Team Cody out of Nova Scotia. I'd also like to give a shout out to some of our corporate
Kevin,
teams.
I think your audio might be out.
No.
Can you hear me?
No, I can't.
We're having some technical difficulties. Are you with us, Kevin? No, that's...
All right, let's try that. Is that working? Working? Yeah. Do you have me now, Allison?
No, can't hear you now, but that's okay. I will jump in. You sort that out. I'm going to give a few shout outs while we are waiting for Kevin to sort out his audio issues. Wanted to give a shout out to some of our corporate teams who are walking together today. So we have Team MNP, Agata Biosciences out of Halifax, Pfizer Canada, and we also have PepGen out of Boston who walked earlier.
Oh, will you let her know then?
We also have an F45 team out of Kitchener-Waterloo who will be running a warm-up for us later this morning. And let's see if we have anything fun going on in the chat. Let me just pull it up. Kevin has your audio now.
I am told that I can be heard, but you can't hear me.
Oh, you can hear Kevin. Okay, so maybe it's
great.
Just me.
Yeah. Okay, so a special thank
Kevin,
you to our national.
I'll leave it to you.
Oh. Okay, great. A special thank you to our national sponsors who helped make today happen: Agato Biosciences, Royal Fence London, and Royal Distributing. Thank you also to our thanks to our three national sponsors for your generous support. And we want to thank as well our local sponsors, Western Pro Resp, St. Aidan's Church, where I sit right now at this very minute, Kember Creative Interiors, and Doug Terry Homes. A big thank you to each of you for your support for the walk of our national, walk. Our national media sponsor is Chorus Entertainment, and we want to thank the folks at Chorus who have helped us raise awareness about this walk and the shared events in communities all across Canada. They've been fantastic. Thanks so much.
Perfect. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors that were able to support the event this year. Sponsorship is so important in offsetting the cost of fundraising and ensuring that more of your donations go directly towards research and the support that we provide to families affected by Duchenne. I want to just quickly review the schedule for today, as we've got a few live streams for you to tune into this morning. In a few minutes, we will hear from a participant, Tanya Kraus-Levy of Team Jackson. She's here with her family. She is a Duchenne mom and a first-time participant from Quebec. We'll also get to do a quick warm-up before we get out on the route. And we will hear a little bit from John Davidson, who has some tips for those heading out on the route today. The opening ceremonies will be wrapped up probably by around 9:30 Eastern, and at that point, we hope you'll head out on your walk for the event if you haven't already. So, one other thing to mention, at 10 a.m., we will be live in downtown London at Springbank Park to meet up with Defeat Duchenne Canada's CEO, Perry Essler, on his 33-kilometer route as he completes the Founders Challenge today. And then at 12 o'clock noon, Kevin and I will be back here to announce the final tally and fundraising results and to hear a little message from Perry and our Saskatchewan Walk to Defeat Duchenne ambassador, Laura McCullough. So whether you've finished your walk and you want to watch from home or you want to pull up the stream while you're out en route, be sure to tune in throughout the day to catch up with our participants across Canada, either on walktodefeatduchenne.com/watch or on Facebook Live. And now I would like you to introduce to you Tanya Kraus-Levy. She is a Duchenne mom and a team member of Team Jackson, who have raised over $30,000 for Duchenne research through the walk this year. This is Tanya's first year participating in the walk. So with that, welcome, Tanya.
Thank you, Allison. We're honored to be here and to participate in our first ever Walk to Defeat Duchenne. So our son Jackson was diagnosed with Duchenne about a year ago. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, great. So yes, our son Jackson was diagnosed with Duchenne after his 5th birthday. And as my 40th birthday was approaching in April, I decided I wanted to raise funds for Duchenne research. And the reason I chose Defeat Duchenne Canada is because they are the only organization in Canada that are solely dedicated to Duchenne muscular dystrophy. So we decided to go ahead and raise those funds for the organization. And our primary goal is to fund research in hopes of finding a cure and defeating Duchenne together. So we have been really blown away by this incredible support of our community. We are very excited for our walk, which will be from our home in Dollar des Ormeaux at 11, and will take us through a local park. And we're expecting over 100 people today, so we're very excited. And thank you, and wishing everyone a safe and successful walk.
And good luck out on your walk. Well, John.
Okay. All right. I think we're having some audio issues on the other end. But anyway, I know that right now it's my job and honor to do something that is just fantastic, which is to introduce to you John Davidson. John is the founder of this great organization that was known as Jesse's Journey and now Defeat Duchenne Canada. This legacy began in 1995 when John set out on a nearly 3,500-kilometer walk around Ontario. He pushed Jesse in his wheelchair across Ontario, and then just 2 years later, he walked all the way across Canada. I know John as a parishioner here at St. Aidan's, and I'm proud to call him a friend. He is such an inspiration, and all of the many millions of dollars that this organization has offered to research are all because of what John started all those years ago. We're grateful for him, and I'll turn it over to him so that you may hear his message.
Much I really, really appreciate what you're doing. I can tell you firsthand, this is not the easiest thing in the world to do, and you're to be commended for taking up the challenge, the Founders Challenge, to walk 33 kilometers or whatever distance you can do. It doesn't matter. Your family and friends are there to support you, and they're the ones who are going to help you make this a huge success on Sunday. So a huge welcome to all of you, because we are walking this year in just about every province in Canada. And that's a huge leap forward for Defeat Duchenne Canada. This year, I understand we have almost 400 participants across the country. This is almost 100 more than we had last year. So it is growing, and it's growing each and every year, and it's got strength that's making a difference for all those boys who we fight for each and every day. So I do want to give you a couple of tips. First off, make sure you have lots of water with you, because when you start to feel a little dehydrated, it's already too late. So keep drinking water. If you're wondering about, well, I've got a lot of water I've been drinking here, keep in mind, every Tim Hortons and McDonald's along your route, wherever you are, have washrooms. And once or twice when I was on the road, I knocked on the door of complete strangers who I'd never met and said, would you mind if I used your washroom? And they couldn't have been more gracious. They said, of course, come on in. So we did that. So do keep drinking things. Keep lots of snacks handy. Nutrition bars and stuff like that, raisins, nuts, anything like that would be just great for you. And I do want to give you one little tip about your feet. There's a company in Canada whose socks I used when I was on the road. And so here's my hand puppet. This is the actual sock I'm talking about. This is the outside of the sock. And I'm going to flip this over and show you. This is the inside of the sock, which looks quite ruffled and so on. And I had a fellow from Newfoundland who drove the motorhome for us. And he was a pretty clever guy. And he said, you know, I think what you should do is wear those socks inside out. And I said, Ed, why would I do that? He said, because that way, he says, the ruffled part is on the outside. He says, and the nice smooth part is up against your foot on the inside. I said, that's a great idea. He said, I'm not finished yet. I said, what do you mean? He says, well, he says, we kind of nicknamed these Newfie mucklucks. And I said, what are Newfie mucklucks? And he says, well, when you buy bread and it comes in a plastic wrapper, he says, keep those wrappers. He said, because you want to have a plastic bag. Here's your foot inside the plastic bag. The plastic bag is then inside your running shoe, and there you are. And if it's a wet day, as I understand it's supposed to be, perhaps in Saskatchewan, then you've got a foot that's totally dry inside that running shoe. So keep that in mind. Newfie mucklucks. They were a great idea. And again, I just want to say a huge thank you to you. You have no idea how much this means to our family and to the families of all those boys. And I want to say a huge thank you to all your friends, your moms and dads and sisters and brothers and aunts and uncles who are sponsoring you and who are coming along on the walk with you. You are the people who have made everything possible in terms of our being able to fund research. We have now given more than 15 million to research, and we are getting somewhere. We are now funding research in Canada, the United States, the United Kingdom, France, Italy, Belgium, Holland, Australia, Japan, and this year we had new requests from India and from Uruguay. So the impact of what you are doing on the weekend is reverberating around the world as we all come together to make a difference for all those boys. So when you're out there and you're struggling, it may be hot, it may be cold, it may be wet where you are, it doesn't matter. Keep in mind in your heart what you're doing. It's something that is extremely important. And we are all doing this together. So in your heart, you know that while you're walking, someone else is walking many provinces away, perhaps in another country, to help aid the same cause. Together, we're all making a difference. We are fighting for our boys, and we are going to find that cure that we know is out there. So I wish you luck on Sunday. Stick with it. When you get to the end of your day, look back and feel very proud of yourself that you are the person who has made a difference. Thanks a lot. Have a good time on the road.
As always, he's an inspiration. I'm not sure about those Newfoundland mucklucks. I had to use them when I was a kid, but I certainly wouldn't be using them today. But anyway, John is just a gem, and we're thankful for everything that we have because he's the founder of it all.
Thanks, Kevin, and thank you, John. So we're almost fully wrapped up now, but we do have a quick stretch / warm up put on by our F45 Kitchener Waterloo team. So we will go ahead, make some space, stand up if you're not, and get ready for this warm up. Thank you. I hope you all enjoyed that little stretch. And now that you're all warmed up and ready to go, we'll let you go and head out on your walks. Don't forget to check back in with us here at walktodefeatduchenne.com/watch and Facebook live throughout the day. So we'll be live at 10 a.m. and then 12 noon Eastern time for the closing ceremonies, where we will announce the final walk tally and some of our top fundraisers of the Walk to Defeat Duchenne. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you at 10.
Amen.